What's up, everybody?
Yo!
Welcome to the very first episode of Jesus and Bros.
First episode.
What's up?
Number one.
So we're excited to be here tonight. We give a shout out to the man himself, Big Husky.
Yeah!
Big Husky in the building. And we are here on LastRemnantRadio.com. And so we are, we just a couple of bros coming together, and we're just gonna do a little bit of an introduction tonight, just a little bit of talking. We're gonna talk about Jesus. We're gonna talk about life, and we just gonna pour it out. All right. We're just gonna start this now. We're just gonna go ahead and pray online. Is that all right, Husky? Can we do that? Because I know you. I don't know what you believe in sometimes.
Oh, really?
But it's okay.
Turn his mic all the way off.
Don't cut my mic up.
I'm a practice.
It's our first episode.
Not even 10 seconds in.
Got canceled 10 seconds in.
Yeah, boy.
All right. So, Father God, we just thank you. We just thank you for the men in this room. Thank you, God, for every person who's listening over the air. We ask you, God, that that we would just enjoy each other's presence. We would enjoy each other's fellowship. And we ask you, God, that, God, whatever you want to do with this radio station, God, have your way. Whatever you want to do with this show, God, have your way. And God, if it's just an opportunity for us to know each other a little bit more, if it's an opportunity just to know Husky a little bit more and just to pour into his life and talk to him and just be with him, God, and we just thank you for that chance to do that, God, and to do your work. Thank you for all that you do, Jesus. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Amen. So we're gonna go around the room and we're just gonna introduce ourselves. All right, is that cool? So we're gonna start with this handsome son of a gun right here.
Hello.
His name is David, the architect, Franco. So introduce yourself a little bit, David.
My name's David. I'm an audio ninja / DJ / director, writer, producer, whatever you guys need. Not really. What am I talking about here? Musician,
He's a
worship
nobody.
leader, a nobody, just a
Bully.
local bully,
Bully for sure.
local nerd.
He's known to be a dream killer.
Don't tell me your dreams, people, because I will crush them.
It's like you're gonna be a big star. No,
You're
you're
gonna
not.
be a big star. I
today.
don't know. I mean, you're ugly, so
Right.
But you're ugly, so it's not gonna work out.
Like in real life?
you got a face for radio, bro. So I don't know.
Real face for radio.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, like, what do you do besides that? I mean, I know you're a pastor's kid. That's how we got connected.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, PK had to learn how to do everything kind of out of necessity. So sound, worship leading, playing an instrument, whatever was needed at the time. So as far as the background in ministry, it's there's a variety of it. So it definitely helped me now with what I'm doing as far as audio engineering. So that's my main background now as far as work. So grew up in the church all my life. In anything, I mean, ministry-wise, I've been through it. Youth leader or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, you can associate with this, Chris. I mean, as far as learning how to do everything kind of all by yourself because nobody was around to help you.
yeah,
So-
for real.
So if you had to play keys and drums, you would just play drums off of the keyboard, and you would just have that.
Hey, that's real life, guys.
Boom, cha, boom,
There's real guys. You use the Casio keyboard,
digga, 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 digga.
Casio.
and you go up there and you show out. You're like, I'm going to show the whole world that I'm great, and this church is falling apart.
See, these people need to know. These
That's
people
the
need
thing.
to realize what they need.
Yeah, they need to understand that, us as PKs a lot of the times we just got to hold it down, and because our dads act like they don't know anything about technology, They don't understand lights. They don't understand why they're so bright.
That's exactly right. Which, I mean, you know, you learn how to do all these things out of necessity, but then you got all those people that show up on a Sunday morning, and it's just, they give you this look like, and it's, you know, it's just, it's like, really,
They blame
bro?
the devil, but they turn around and look at you.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, the devil.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit about David Franco. Let's go over to my boy Jerry Coronado, Gerardo.
Gerardo.
Scoot over a little bit, Jerry, so I can get you in the camera, sir. Right there. There you go. It's
My
perfect.
boy JC49 /
Jay Slayer.
J
You know what I'm
Slayer.
saying?
This is rapper name.
If I was to have a rapper name, it would be Jerry Bear.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet.
You know.
Original.
So
Very
tell us a
original.
little bit about yourself, Jerry.
Me, well, I'm another nobody.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We're on the right track.
I like it. A bunch of nobody.
Just another sinner. I'm kidding. We're all sinners.
I'm a practicing Muslim.
Well, I grew up in the church. My dad, I wasn't a PK. My dad was, growing up, he was a drunk. So
Right?
now he's good. He's been a couple years sober.
Sure.
So that's cool. Started playing guitar like at age 9, I think. Got involved in the church. Before you know it, you know, I was servicing, helping people in every way that I could, either music or some sort of media production.
Sure.
So when I first met you, Jerry, you were playing drums.
Right.
And so you weren't that great, but you were playing drums.
Yeah.
And so
I was hitting stuff
yeah, you were banging some drums
barely on time.
and barely on time and messed us up a bunch. But it was okay.
Guilty.
You were trying, and I was just like, he's a worshiper. He loves Jesus.
He doesn't have the sound of the Lord yet, but
Yeah.
he loves the Lord.
He doesn't have the Shaban glory
I'm
yet,
having that.
but he's on his way.
I mean, you know, after that, I ran sound for that rehearsal, and it's just like, you looked at Jerry like, so, you know, it wasn't good. But then I was just like, I mean, he's got a heart, you know, he's Jerry.
I mean, if you have an open mind, like, it'll sound good.
Right.
If we knew jazz, that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
If we understood jazz music,
If we knew 5/8 time, if we knew, 7/11 time signature.
right, Jerry?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So we all got connected through this ministry that I'm actually pastoring right now. It's called Uproar. And I first met Franco. So we have these worship and prayer nights every month. And so we call local worship leaders to come out and musicians to come out. And we kind of make like this collaborated worship team
Okay.
every time we have it. Right, I'm going to just talk to Husky for a second because I don't think Husky doesn't know anything about me. He's just
I
looking
don't.
at me.
I really
judging
don't.
me.
So I'm learning how to judge you. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Like I'm learning how to judge
So I'm just giving him stuff so he can judge me more.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, so we learned. I met all these people, and Husky's on Facebook Live right now taking pictures like my wife. Hey, baby girl. Shout out to my wife. I love you, Karen. You're my life, girl. You're everything I need in this life, girl. Even if the Lord takes me
gotta
tomorrow, I
do
know
it.
I love you. I love you, girl.
I gotta do it like I'm the picture taker, everything. Oh, that was
So-
an accident.
So yeah, but we got connected through this ministry that God put on my heart 5 years ago. It was a worship leading movement, and I've always had a heart since I was young to bring people together. I'm like Franco. I grew up in a church where you didn't get to fellowship with a lot of people outside of your own church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was hard for a long time, especially being like a young guy. You go outside your church. My dad's church, Don't worry about it, Husky. It's like, you don't need it, bro. Don't worry about it.
Let it go.
Just let it go, bro. There you go.
Because that's going to bother me if it's down there.
Yeah, just that works too. But yeah, so as a young guy, I would walk out, on my dad's church, on that street, there's about 7-8 churches.
Okay.
And you walk out, and you see all the other churches coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is you're like, can we go talk to them? And they're like, nah, don't go talk to them, because they'll brainwash you.
Mm.
They'll make you think another way. They'll make you believe another way. And I always had the heart to just fellowship with people, go talk to people, go see what they're doing in their church. I want to see what y'all are doing over there. And I finally, when I grew into my own understanding of Jesus and understood what he was and who he really is, and we understand him as the Father, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why we call this Jesus and Bros, because we're all brothers connected through him.
Absolutely.
So when I finally got that chance, God just gave me this crazy vision, of what would happen. We were starting these worship services, and we had this understanding, like, what if we just brought in a different worship team every time we had this thing, like, from a different church, And in my mind, I was like, that's cool. But, every time there's a special event,
Right.
you invite somebody they come in, kill it, and they leave.
Right.
And you never see them again. You don't even talk to them no more.
Right.
And I had a whole nother mindset. I was like, what if we built a team of people from all over the Metroplex?
Okay.
And we stayed in fellowship, and we stayed in communication. And every time we had a worship service, we would just have a different collaborative team.
Mm-hmm.
And so now what it's manifested into is these worship nights that is crazy, people just uniting to pray and worship, and it's always different faces, and it's just been awesome, because I get to connect with people like David Franco, who's amazing at what he does. He actually just set all this up
In like 10 minutes.
and it was like 5 minutes and 30 seconds. He got everything set up in here.
Right.
Hit a soundboard real quick. Look. Yeah, that's chips in a bowl.
See,
He got it all set up.
there's too many people with that.
There's
this
so
stuff.
many. And
Soothing
so-
sound.
So yeah, and then I get to meet crazy talented people like Jerry. This guy plays every single instrument, mediocre, but he does it. Like,
I'm more crazy than talented.
and so it's really fun. It's really fun to meet people. Like I said, I got to meet Husky. I actually met Husky through Limitless Church, which I go.
Yes.
And tell me, Husky, what do you think about Limitless Church? Give me an honest opinion every time you walk in there. I want to know.
Every time I walk in there.
Yeah.
I like Limitless Church. I love the people. I think it's more for me the people as opposed to anything else. Shandon, Marty, Jason, of course, and you. And
You don't even know me.
others.
Stop.
But I'm just saying though, like when you come
We
in,
just met like last
but
week.
you cut up though. Like every time I see you, you cut up. Like
Like, you're cool.
You
I
talk
don't
to
know
me.
you.
You talk to me like you've been knowing me forever. Like so, I just roll with it. So, but I kind of like the atmosphere that the people create. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a fun atmosphere to be a part of. But it's also y'all serious about y'all worship. Y'all don't play around when y'all come to worship.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's something that I've always been passionate about. These guys know I'm a jokester. I cut up all day, but when it comes to worshiping Jesus, I mean, there's no time to play.
At all.
Like these guys know, like I don't even play when it comes to rehearsal. Like God is worthy of the best, and so if we don't give him our best, we just need to shut our mouth.
Absolutely.
And so,
I mean,
but yeah,
you hit an interesting point, man. I mean, we could, I mean, for us that grew up in the Hispanic churches, I mean, we're always used to just hearing, stuff just like this. So, I mean, for us, I mean, it's just been that thing of how can we get better? How can we improve? And I think that's what's helped us out. Like as far as our, I don't want to use ministry of word longevity. you know.
Longevity. That's a corporate word.
Yeah, it's a corporate word, right?
Yeah.
But you know, you create just. 'Cause, I mean, at least for me, I remember leading worship in my dad's church for close to a decade, and by like the 6th year, I was just burnt out, man. And I mean, you really learn how to take a break, but you also learn through those 6 years, you try to catalog what you've done as far as where you're at now. You know,
Why were
as
you
opposed
Why were
to-
you almost burnt out?
It's pastor's kid's life, man.
Just not taking a Sunday off.
You a pastor's kid, bro?
No,
You ain't
I
never
am a PK, but not a pastor's kid.
Okay. What does the PK stand for?
All of my family was ministers, and my mom, she didn't become a pastor till after we got out the house.
Oh, okay.
Thank the Lord. But I understand that they were definitely in the drug ministry because they drugged us to church
Yeah.
all the time. Like we
Yeah.
were in church Sunday through Sunday.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get it, you know.
Yeah.
And you're always on program. We were never not on program. We were doing something.
Right.
Even the kids, like we were on program. Like I don't even want to be here. Like I just want to go play with my GI Joes. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll burn you out
Yeah.
every
PKs
Sunday.
PKs are just lazy.
No,
I mean,
man.
since this
See,
guy, when I met this guy, I mean, he was just playing that, and that's all he could play. And then he
And I was proud of it.
He gets trained, and he learns how to play. And it's funny because I've known this guy probably the longest in this room, and I remember meeting him as a teenager, and just him being just some knuckleheaded kid, and but he played guitar with me, and I was like, "But you're cool." And then
I wasn't that cool.
but he became cooler. We became cool.
Sure.
So then he started playing,
Let's keep thinking that.
and then
so you guys aren't even friends in real life.
we're not. I mean, outside of this, I don't even know his last name.
or not.
I was calling him Barry for years.
I always got confused when I would call him Jim, and he just wouldn't turn around.
Yeah.
So I was just
I was
like, "Hey,
like,
Jim."
Is Jim mad at me? No.
Oh man,
Or Jim.
poor Jim.
Or-
Just kidding.
But yeah, man. So these guys, like I said, it get burnt out real fast, real fast, because you're the family that gets there first,
Yeah, and leaves last.
leaves last.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
Sunday, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all of it.
Not to mention all the emergencies and, you know, you got to show up to everybody's event, you know, because you can't miss
Because
it.
nobody else knows how to turn on the soundboard.
Right, right. Let me ask you a question. What made you three become friends?
So music.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were once again with that Uproar ministry. It's something about musicians, and I always tell this every time I talk to somebody about Uproar. If you're a musician, and I'm a musician, and we're friends, that's cool. We can be friends, but we're not real friends until we play together.
Right.
And so that's what happened.
Yeah.
Like we met each other, and me and this guy connected instantly, and me and this guy connected instantly. But it wasn't until we got on the platform and we led worship together that we're friends now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we're for real friends now.
You always create a stronger bond when you have those stories
To
on
tell.
platform and off platform. Just to take, I mean, I remember many a time where me and this guy would be playing on stage, and I would just be like,
all the time.
done all the time.
Break
man.
a string. I just broke a
Right,
string
you
last
break-
night.
You break a string, man.
I broke a string this week,
It's just
too,
like,
so-
you get to that point where you look at this guy and he just kind of knows how to gauge the situation where, if he sees me break a string, he doesn't just laugh and leave me on my own. He starts playing like 5 other things that he could.
Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. So yeah,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
Yeah, so-
music brings us together for sure.
Yeah. So last night we actually played at Prayer Mountain,
Yeah.
Prayer Mountain, Dallas,
Oh, wow.
and
Over at Mountain Creek Community Church.
Mountain Creek Mountain Creek Church / hashtag Healing Room, all that stuff, and it's beautiful. Have you ever been to Prayer Mountain,
I've been to Prayer Mountain. It is like majestic up there.
Yeah.
dude?
It really
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah.
Like,
it totally
like
is.
just to look over the mountain and see all of DFW.
Right.
Like it's breathtaking.
Yeah, yeah. So we got to lead up there, and
Last night?
yeah, last night,
Okay.
and we
I wish I'd have known.
started.
Okay.
I put it all over my social media. You always on social media, but you don't ever like anything I post.
I can be honest with you.
Ghost
So
mode.
since you said that, I can honestly say your stuff doesn't come down my timeline.
See,
And I'm
'cause
not even gonna lie.
I have you as your relevance
Mm-hmm.
as high. Like you're the first one I see, because that's how much I respect you.
That's what it
But
is.
it's okay. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we were playing last night at Prairie Mountain, Dallas,
Hey, Chris won't be on here next week.
and so
Fired after the first show.
we played last night, man,
Uh-huh.
and I got through Thursday's rehearsal. I got through Sunday morning rehearsal, and then the first song of the set list I'm playing, bang.
Just
Where's it at?
Oh man, you caught me off guard.
Come on, man. You got the sound.
What is this?
You're fired too.
Oh, come on.
That's exactly what happened. I popped my string on the first song. Literally popped my string on the first, and it's not a little pop. It's like the string like flew off and everything.
It's noticeable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, coming out of that sound system.
So you can't even play it off.
No. And so I have my headphones on, and I'm like, I am destroying this song right now. And so
And evidently your
But you-
guitar.
yeah.
I mean, but you try to keep a straight face. You know, you gotta have that. I was looking at his face, and it was just that. It was just one of those things where I'm like, okay, we're still celebrating. You know, we're still celebrating.
Yeah. So
We're celebrating Jesus.
yeah, we're celebrating Jesus, and so what happens is I literally in the middle of the song I just take my guitar off and I put it down.
Keep going.
Yeah, and just keep going, and I'm
That's
like,
professionalism and worship.
and I lift my hands out and I just start singing, and I'm trying to get this guy's attention. He's sitting in the second row.
He's like,
And I'm like, give me your guitar. Like I'm signaling, I need your guitar. And he's like, what? I'm like, your guitar. Go get your guitar out of here. And he's like, you want me to come on stage? I'm like, no.
That's just that natural like musician thing of like, oh, you want? Oh, I'm here. Oh, I mean, you want me to go? You know?
Oh, you want me to play? You want me to be a part? Like, no, go get your guitar. And what does he do?
Go get it.
He comes on stage
Oh,
and just stands up there with me, and I'm like, bro, go get your guitar. And
that was
he
an
like,
epic fail moment.
Yeah.
The whole
First song.
time, the whole time I was playing electric guitar, and I didn't know any of this was going on until I look up, and Chris was like just dancing, praising. I was like, "Where's your guitar, bro? Like, what happened?"
I smashed it for the Lord.
I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it.
I literally I told her, please, you're leaving me by myself up here.
Go get my guitar.
And
Go
he's
get the
like,
guitar.
all right, no worries. I'll get on stage. And so he goes up there. By the way, your guitar sounds real good
Hey, thanks, man.
with no pedals or anything.
There you go.
It sounds real good. It just has like a ground issue,
Yeah,
but it sounds good though.
it's probably the DI. but
Yeah.
whatever.
No, it's your guitar. You didn't fix it.
Yeah, you got that guitar like in Mexico or something, right?
Beijing, bro.
Yeah, like your Theo made it like out of like hollow oak.
It was hollow oak. I
Yeah.
mean, when he gave it to me, dude, I walked into his shop and he was just, just jamming.
He tagged a "Made in China" sticker on it.
Yeah, I mean, he was ashamed. He didn't make it in Mexico. He made it in China. But
Yeah, it was pretty bad, and I was pretty embarrassed. So thanks a lot, bro. That's a brother in
You
Christ.
look cool with the electric guitar, Chris.
you
I
did,
do.
man. Look, you did, bro.
I do. I appreciate that. I told my wife to let me get an electric, and she doesn't even let me buy guitar cables anymore. So, by the way, me and Husky were having a conversation about buying some cables for LastRemnantRadio.com. Cheap plug. And and I was like, bro, you need some cables. And Husky's like, no, man. No. Them cables cost like $70. And I was like, nah, man, like, just go to Guitar Center. And I finally found somebody who absolutely hates Guitar Center.
Absolutely. Because they're going to charge you the most for everything.
I mean, they're bullies, man. I mean, you could.
For the most part.
they could
Like the
just-
microphone is 50 and then the cord is 20. I was like, this doesn't come with the cord. Like, who doesn't sell the microphone with the cord?
Nah, man, some guy right now almost got me to buy a $500 microphone that these guys have right now in their hand.
I mean,
And I think he got his for free.
I did not. I did not.
we all
He
got
paid
them-
200.
We all got them for like discount or whatever. And
We got them with really good deals, yeah, but we had to work to get them, you know.
And the guy was like, I'll sell it to you, a used one right now, for $400. And I was just like, I looked at Franco and I was like, is that a good deal, bro? And he was
That's not
like,
a good deal.
just the look in his eye, it was just, you know, that's all it was, you know. Chris just straight up.
Are y'all getting shirts made that say Jesus and Bros? I think that'd be dope.
nah, man, we don't do that. We're radio. Can't nobody see us. Like, get our shirts now. You, like, listen to them.
Look at them.
Watch them. But yeah, man, the guy tried to get me. His name was Ivan.
Hey, if it was 300, you should have got it.
You're just gonna throw his real name out
Pretty
there?
I
much.
mean, they don't know if
Yes.
that's his real name. His
Right
name
up
was
under
Carl.
the bus.
And so he tried to get me, man. He tried to get me. It's like, I'll give it to you right now, man. It's a cheap price, discount, like $400. And I was like, I had already spent like $50.
He was just he reminded me of that Billy Mays dude. You remember Billy Mays, like OxyClean?
Yeah.
Where like at the end of it, he would always just be like, you know, no, wait, there's more.
Right.
Yeah, he was killing me, man. He was all I went in there for was one cable, and I walked in with a microphone stand, like some more cables. I walked out with an iRig,
Yeah.
and I walked out with a bunch of stuff. The dude was like, oh, "Yeah, man, you want to get that SM7? It's like the best microphone you could get if you're gonna do radio, if you're gonna do podcast, you need to get it, man." And I'm standing with this guy and waiting for Franco to be like, "Nah, man, trust me, we can get it somewhere cheaper." And he's just like, "Bro, if you want to get it, bro, just get it."
This guy-
Pull
this
$400
guy, Chris,
out of my pocket.
He looked so mad because he was all getting all
Catch me
frustrated.
outside. How about that?
It's great.
So dumb.
He got so frustrated, man. But we got it. We got it. All that to say, we got it.
Y'all
set
got the
up.
mic?
No.
No.
I mean,
He
we
told me
got
to put it
everything
on
set up.
layaway.
I told him that.
Man,
What was it
400
on?
and then the tags.
Yeah.
467, right there.
That's what I say, because it was like, we were walking out, it was $50. And I was like, so if I get that, he's like, if I get that microphone, how much is that going to be? And then I had to get the, what's the box?
Cloud lifter.
Cloud
The
lifter?
cloud lift.
Yeah.
So it gives it more gain to the microphone.
Yeah.
So
I have
for
no
a
idea
signal.
what that is, but okay.
Yeah. So it gives it more signal to your microphone, to the board. And so he was like, yeah, that's like 150.
Dang.
So I was like,
almost
from
new.
50 bucks, it was about to jump up to like $500.
And win that day.
And I was like,
550.
Karen's gonna kill me. So for those of you who don't know, Karen is my wife, and she dictates my life, and she dictates our finances. And, so dumb. Okay, and so yeah, I almost walked out of there spending $500 in like 15 minutes. Like walked around, got a microphone stand, and then spend $500 while walking out of the store.
Within 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was hard. But
Oh.
It's
yeah,
like
last
that
night.
Sometimes. It's like that.
But this guy, Jerry, beasting so hard, he walked outside and threw up like all over his truck. Like,
So I only had like salmon and like two Topo Chicos for lunch Sunday. And during the set, like I started getting a headache. I was like, oh, would I have a headache? And then when I left, I just had to stop somewhere. I stopped at a gas station. I got out of my truck and I just threw up.
but why though?
I have no clue.
Do you throw up often or what?
Not that often.
Why then? Topo Chicos? Those things are disgusting.
No, they're amazing.
They're death, bro.
No, Topo Chicos are amazing. Maybe
You drink
because like
that?
I added tajin.
Topo Chico?
I have no idea what you're
Yeah,
talking about
that-
now.
Maybe it's because I added
Husky, why are
tajin.
you here? You don't know anything.
Nothing. Suck. I'm fired. Let me go talk to the boss. I'm fired.
He's like, what are you talking about? Cloud Lift, Topo Chicos. I don't know anything.
Or mineral water, sparkling mineral water.
Yeah. Mineral water, sparkling water.
I hate sparkling water.
Yeah, it's nasty, right?
It is the worst.
It tastes like dirt.
Ever. It tastes like somebody drank the water and then spit it back in the cup.
Somebody once told me.
Perfect
Yeah.
example.
Right.
Somebody once told me it tastes like a numb foot.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Ew.
It's like I've tasted a numb foot before, and I've tasted mineral water, and that's exactly what it tastes like.
Check off the list.
No, man, it's terrible. Yeah, people. I think when we went to Fort Worth worship, they had Topo Chicos too,
Yeah.
and it was disgusting.
Well,
And I
that's,
checked.
that's the big rage right now. I mean, everything's kind of has to have that Mexican feel where it's like Topo Chico. You gotta have street tacos. You gotta have
Oh God.
all that.
Street
It's
tacos
just
are
like,
great.
come on, man. I mean, yes, they're delicious.
I mean, street tacos are legit.
they are, but I mean,
With a
you're
Topo
gonna
Chico?
make
It's tomorrow.
main focal point. Come on.
I don't know, man. I just feel kind of attacked whenever they're like, "Would you guys like some Topo Chico?" I'm like, I just need regular water.
I don't want no bubbles in my water. I'm not taking a bath.
Yeah, man. So it's rough. That stuff is nasty. But where is so Husky, man? You got a promotion or something? You got something? I know you say you closing out a show or something real soon, somewhere.
We're
told me.
doing, we're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. This is the hashtag I love giving back. Put a praise on it. Concert this Saturday night. It is going down. We'll have Daryl and Latanya Blair, Norris J, Lawyer Turner, Tommy Young West, Christy
Oh,
Tillman.
yeah. Oh, man.
And
What's
then,
wrong
then I'm
with it?
hosting. It's going down. I'm hosting, so y'all know I'm
There you go.
Yeah.
Get your tickets. They're $20 online.
Oh, yeah.
And $25 at the door.
$25.
Nice.
That's what's up.
$5.
That is what's up right there. You guys see that? Hold on, let me zoom that in
And
real
it'll,
quick.
It'll be at Remnant of Grace Culture Center, 2320 56th Street, Dallas, Texas. Y'all don't want to miss it. Saturday at 5 o'clock. The doors open at 4, and I'm starting promptly at 5. I just need Saints to know that I'm going to start the concert at 5 because I'm hosting. So
That's what's up.
for those of y'all might miss somebody that you really want to see. You might miss Chrissy Tillman. You ain't gonna miss the Blairs because they're last.
Okay.
But you might miss somebody.
But
that
somebody
you-
might show up real late though.
Yes, that's not my fault.
Like,
not my fault.
I missed the Blairs.
Yeah.
Like that means you missed the whole show.
The VIP has all been sold out. They're getting swag bags, a meal, and everything.
That's what's up.
We gonna feed the Saints.
So for those of you who don't know, I know that you guys, if you guys are watching this, you probably know myself, Jerry, David on our Facebook Live, but Husky is actually a successful Christian comedian.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Successful. Can I
Yes.
say that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so
You can say that.
can you tell us a joke?
Make
Oh,
us
you
laugh.
want jokes right
Make
now?
me laugh right now.
Make
Come
us
on.
laugh.
I know you need a
There's
stage.
no joke better than numb feet. Like that was the best joke ever. Numb feet. Yeah, that was like you can't beat that joke right there.
So you're gonna steal it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, definitely. I'm plagiarizing this right now as we speak.
Just gonna steal jokes.
Just-
Okay.
Yeah,
We
gonna
gotta
steal
write
jokes.
some
Yeah.
copyright papers right
Something. I'm taking that joke right now. You know, and I'm gonna expand it as if it's mine, so that people don't, be like, well, you took it
He's
from
gonna be
Jesus.
like, somebody once told me.
that water, sparkling water, tastes like numb feet.
That's what's up. So what's the biggest like gig that you've done as a stand-up comedian? Not as a host, a stand-up comedian. Because I've always had like that that motivation to be a stand-up comedian because it just looks like a fun life and just making people laugh. I love it. So like, what's the biggest one that you did, and what was the worst one that you did?
In 2008, when President Barack Obama was being nominated and winning,
Yeah.
they did a thing where that whole weekend, and then he come in like 3 days later.
Yeah.
You know, I was on the first leg. He shows up 3 days later.
Yeah.
Of course, he was a little bit more popular. But,
Just a little bit.
They had us on there with a couple soap opera stars and different things doing comedy, and you know, it was crazy because we were guarded so heavily.
Wow.
Like you felt like y'all better get y'all. So this my team.
Yeah.
Like I had a
Yeah, Secret Service.
like I had a security team before for me, just for me. The worst event I ever did was, thank God I'm light skinned, because this story is gonna make sense in just a second. I got invited. My homeboy was doing comedy, and he brought us. He said, "Hey, can you come do comedy out here?" He paid me. He said, "Can you come do comedy out there?" We get there, and of course, everybody with me is light skinned. The light skin part is so important. Because when we walk in, it's a meeting that we're not supposed to be at. It's a Klan meeting.
No, it's not.
All jokes aside. So I get on stage and I just crack jokes. And I'm like, hey, y'all we got paid to be here. We gonna finish this meeting now. We'll make these folks laugh and we gonna run out. But it was literally a Klan meeting. And
They were pissed.
because you never, well, with me, you never know, like, depending upon what time of the year it is, you don't know what color I am. I can pass. Like, I can pass for a whole lot of colors. And at that time, it was like middle of winter.
Human
so
chameleon.
I'm very pale in the wintertime. So I'm winning right now. But we hurried and got out of there. Like, we didn't stay around and get drinks or nothing. We was like, yeah, let's go, bro.
See you
Like,
later, man.
You
Yeah.
walked in. You walked in, and they was just like,
it was the craziest it was the craziest comedy I had ever done. And I talked to my boy. I said, "So you didn't realize I was black?" He said, "Well, I figured we could pass you off."
He's like,
And-
I'm blind in this side.
right. But literally, the craziest thing, the craziest time I ever did was that and a funeral. So yeah,
They made you do stand-up comedy at a funeral?
at my
Funeral?
aunt's repast, I did comedy, and I was like, "Can I grieve?" Like, but you don't tell auntie and them no. Like, you don't tell the other aunties no. You just do it. You know, you've had events that you've done that you didn't want to do, but because of who asked you, you okay. But it was kind of awkward. Like, I was like, she's dead. Like, I don't want to giggle. I don't want to giggle over the pork and beans. But
Like, so what's the deal with being dead?
right. So yeah. So that was interesting. Those two were probably the most interesting.
Wow. So, so I've always wanted to know how people test jokes, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's this big thing about comedians testing jokes,
Right.
right? So, I want to know about the bad ones, the ones that you tested a joke and it was crickets.
Well, typically I test all my jokes way before we get on stage.
Okay.
Like, I test them in conversation.
Okay.
And you never know when I'm testing jokes, because it flows in the conversation, and then I'm like, oh, that'll work on stage.
Numb feet.
That won't work
That
on
work.
stage. Numb feet will work on stage. I'm letting you know I'm still in that one. I just need you to know that. But no,
I mean,
just-
for all the live people, you know,
yeah. You know
But-
where we stole it from. But yeah, like
I'll accept it.
You kind of work on it daily. It's like being a musician. It's like, working with sound. You're never not working on your craft. Like, you may hear a tune in your head, and you may not sing. Like, I'm not singing this Sunday, but this is definitely going in what we're doing next Sunday.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's always so whatever you do, you may be always thinking of a tune. I'm always thinking of a joke just from simple conversation.
That's cool. Yeah, man, because like I said, I've heard of comedians like writing jokes. Do you write jokes?
I don't. I typically have them in my head. Like, I write down subjects,
Okay.
and then I work from the subject.
So let's bring up a subject right now.
Here he go. He's
I just want to test you, man. You the leader. You the man of Last Remnant Radio.com. Cheap plug. And I just want to hear a joke.
Well, there's a joke that I love. I work on it all the time. And I
Okay.
tell people when I realized I was fat.
Okay.
So when I
But
realized I was fat, I was in
you're
the
not
mirror.
fat, bro.
Well,
You
back then I
skinny, bro.
was. At the time, I was 325.
You got like a skinny head.
Yeah, like now
everything.
I'm slimmed down now, but at the time I was 325, and so I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, never should have ate it, never should have drank it, drinks and food. I would have lost them pounds. Now I see it was cupcakes and Twinkies, and I can say I'm bigger, I'm wider, I'm heavier, so much heavier, yeah. When I look back over all the cupcakes and food, I can see it was Kool-Aid, chicken bones, pork chops I held on to. So that's one of the jokes that people really like and gets.
That was beautiful.
It always gets requested. So if it gets requested, I don't do it as much now. Of course, because I done got smaller now, so it doesn't really fit, But back then, it was one of the most requested jokes. Hey, can you do that? Never should have ate it.
Yeah,
I
man.
got you, bro.
He's like, I'm just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to do that stuff. I've always wanted to do. Me and Franco have those conversations. Like, I want to be a stand-up comedian. I want to know how to do that stuff, but I'm too lazy. I don't write stuff down.
Cause you're a PK, bro.
It's not true. It's not how this works.
Driving back to that statement.
It's not true at all.
It's like, see, I've been saying it.
No, it's not. It's
I'm
not
just
true.
trying to point prove my point here. PKs are lazy.
PKs are the most dedicated,
Faithful.
the most faithful servants of the Lord Jesus that you will ever meet.
Then you catch him smoking a doobie outside the church.
A doobie.
Come on, doobie.
like the oldest reference.
Yeah, like a doobie. Do they even say that? Like,
What do they say now? A
that
blunt?
is so last century.
I guess I have an old soul.
Out there smoking them tweeds,
Yeah,
drinking that wine.
smoking that wacky tobacco.
Drinking Cisco.
Oh man, bro.
Smoking them squares.
Yeah, they still say squares.
No, man. But I don't know. Husky, what do we do now? Do we take a break? Can we take a break?
Child, we almost over with the show.
Oh, we almost done. Okay.
The show's almost over.
Okay, well then that's what's up. We made it.
Ain't no break. We almost done.
I'm stronger.
Yeah.
But that's what's up.
Yeah.
So besides that, I want to do just a little bit of promotion. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
So next Sunday, for those of you who do follow Uproar and stuff like that, you guys know that we have our Uproar service next Sunday, and it's Pentecost Sunday. Hey, Shante. Shante. I don't know how to do that. But I'm excited because Pentecost Sunday is a big thing, because that's an opportunity that we got exposed to the Holy Spirit, right?
Right.
And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see that unity happen again. They were all in that room together and they were praying.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of what Uproar is. A bunch of people in a room praying. And I'm expecting God to do something. We really focused on that verse a long time ago. The sound. Where everybody's always looking for the sound.
Right.
It's like, man, I'm trying to make a new sound. I'm trying to get this new sound. And in that verse, it says they were all together in that room, and a sound came from heaven.
Yeah.
And we always think that it's something that we have.
Right. And people always say, well, Jesus, like he walked in. No, he appeared.
Yeah.
Like he showed up. Like
Yeah.
he just was 1 minute he wasn't there, and you turn around, hey,
Yeah.
Jesus is really here.
Yeah.
Like he's in the upper
he
room.
wasn't like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, he
Yeah.
didn't do that.
He didn't do that. He just appeared, and so a lot of people misconstrue that too.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know the word, so it's
Yeah.
understandable.
So it's so yeah.
Shade throw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Read your Bible.
That was so shady. Now that I
Some
think
people don't know
about
the
it.
word, so it's
Some people
okay.
don't know the word, but it's-
Read your Bible.
That's not biblically correct. So, but yeah, we had this. We're real deep into that study of Pentecost, and for all the artists out there trying to make this new sound, I'm looking for this sound. there's this new sound that I'm trying to release. There's not a sound that you can release. There's not a
Nothing
new
under the
sound.
sun.
And it said on the day of Pentecost, they were all together and they were praying. And it says, and the sound came from heaven.
Right.
So the only thing that they could offer on that day of Pentecost was prayer and unity.
Right.
They were together.
And hearing God.
Yeah. And so I'm challenging you guys as artists,
All you
and
artists
musicians.
out there.
All you artists out there, under the sound of my voice. No, really, it's not something that's inside of you. It's something that is released from heaven. And so just remember that when you're thinking of new songs and new melodies and stuff like that, God releases that sound through your prayer, through prayer life, through unity, fellowship, stuff like that. And that's why I think that we connect so well. Is when we come together, we just get creative. And it's not something that comes out of us. I believe it's something that comes out of our unity. It's something that we pull out of each other, and God sees that, and he honors that. And that's why we can come up with a soundboard. And so
I had to.
So, Husky, I wish you need to have headphones next time because you'll hear
the sounds
the
that are
great
going
time
on.
that we're having right now.
Now, Chris, just before we kind of finish up, you had a pretty interesting experience not too long ago, but this is just to set up our next episode. And
So, just listen.
so, I mean,
What was
that'll be
that?
for our next episode, just so Chris will be able to explain that.
Foreshadowing.
It's a
So yeah.
foreshadowing.
So how we doing? How we doing, Husky?
Y'all doing good. You got 6 minutes.
Okay. So yeah. So you guys got to tune in next week.
Yep.
Because we'll be going over Bathroom Chronicles, part 1, and but yeah. Besides that, man, these are my friends. This is Husky,
Hey,
Last
everybody.
Remnant Radio in the building,
That part.
and we're trying to get it together.
Yeah.
We're trying to do it right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And so, but besides that, I'd like to thank our sponsors, desk chairs. They're everywhere, and when you need them, they're broken.
They're
So go out and get a desk chair.
all
Thank you,
already-
Dishers.
Already made in the USA.
Yeah, and yeah.
It is what it
So, have you ever needed a desk chair?
Don't get the squeaky one.
The
Don't
squeaky
get the
one?
plastic one.
Yeah, because
Don't
those
get
get your
the
back
plastic
real
ones.
hot.
Right.
That and you could fall if you're too big.
Yeah,
Like
And
if
then
that's
when
not
you-
a sturdy plastic chair, it goes bad every time.
yeah. they get real sweaty in your back,
Y'all, man.
and then you get up, and then your legs and your booty's all wet.
Right?
Right. You just, I mean, you just feel like, you ever sit in one of those office chairs where it's like real slippery because it's like brand new, like leather or whatever,
Yeah.
and it just feels like you just fall like that. Like just that.
Keep
Just
practicing. for the
whatever
camera.
you know, you're thinking of in your mind. That's what I think of whenever I fall. It's like me.
I concur. I believe that's correct. So, but yeah, man, shout out once again, Last Remnant Radio. Thank you for having us. This was our first show. This is our first time, and we made it.
Hopefully.
Like Marvin Sapp said.
You know he's moving here.
Marvin Sapp is
Marvin
moving.
Sapp will be in Fort Worth. That is news that came out yesterday that he is retiring from his church in Detroit. And he will be here. His first sermon, his initial sermon here will be September the 14th. Sunday, September
Where?
the 14th.
What church?
In Fort Worth. Let me find out. Let me go find out. But it is, he will be here. And it's big news for
Hola,
him
¿qué
to
tal?
be moving here.
I like that one. Hola, ¿qué tal?
So, right.
But
Topo chicos y tacos.
I want to say Cathedral of Grace, but I could be wrong. Yes, he's leaving. I'm trying to find the church.
Cathedral Grace. Yeah, have you ever heard of Marvin Sapp?
I've heard the name.
I just
That song.
I just did
Never
a
would
parody.
I made it
Without you,
That's the song.
I
Yeah.
would have lost
real.
it all.
You know that song, Jerry? I know you listen to Marvin Sapp on the DL.
Nah, it's like on my top 25 songs on my playlist.
Of all time.
Of all time.
I have like a special playlist for
I believe it. And so,
that and Michael Jackson.
Go follow that
I love Michael
playlist on
Jackson.
Spotify. It's there's a link on my Instagram.
it's Jerry's
Chosen
playlist.
Vessel. He'll be moving to Fort Worth to be the senior pastor of Chosen Vessel.
Where's Chosen Vessel?
Chosen Vessel is in Fort Worth off of, I want to say McCart in southwest Fort Worth. Like, so he's going to be right there in the heart of Fort Worth. As a matter of fact, I used to go to a church out there by there, but it's a nice church.
That's kind of in the area where you live, right, Chris?
Yeah, I live right there in Southwest Fourth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look for that. He'll be right there. September 14th is his first official day at the church.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he be screaming.
Man, y'all should have went to Exodus with Kirk Franklin.
I should have went.
Bro.
It's just too hot, man. Y'all had people
To
standing
be
outside.
honest, no. It was cool because they didn't do the outside portion. They did outside portion for the pre-show, but for everybody else, they did. It was just inside, and it was nice.
I heard they did Vashawn Mitchell down. Vashawn Mitchell. I heard they did him wrong again. Chasing after you. They said, "Have y'all seen that video
Yes.
of Vashawn Mitchell?"
No, I haven't seen it.
It's like the sound guy is like off the whole time, and he's playing
wow.
tracks,
No.
Whoa.
and he's like,
Wow.
and he tries to make him cue the song up, and the guy keeps fading it in so he doesn't know where the song is.
Oh,
He's
dude.
like, "Brother Soundman,
Oh,
can you just start that over, please?"
I'm gonna tell you right now,
after
as
you.
a sound man,
I'm
as
chasing
a sound
that-
guy, I do not ever do that. Please don't point out your sound man and be like, "Brother Sound Man," if you know their name, just. Well, that's even worse. But still, I mean, there's no worse feeling being in the back of a room and you're trying to not be the
Be
center
discreet,
of attention.
yeah.
Right? You're trying to be the most discreet person ever, and then you just hear somebody go, "Brother Sound Man," and you're just like.
Well, it's hard when you've got 7,000 people looking at you to
And
do
they
the
all
song
just-
right. Yeah.
It just feels like they all just.
But to be quite honest, though, the whole thing was great, though.
Yeah.
It was really a great.
I heard
atmosphere.
a lot of good
The
stuff.
Clark sisters killed it. Like
Yeah.
they're legendary.
Yeah.
To see them live, like you don't get vocals like that. Like some people, they can sing. The Clark sisters,
They're on point.
yeah,
Harmony.
like,
They
and
can
they're
sing.
like older. So for them, they sing better than a lot of people who are young. Like for them to still have great vocals at 60 and almost 70 years old, that's dope. Like it was a
Yeah,
concert
that
worth
is.
going to.
Yeah, you like the Clark sisters?
No, but to be old and still still sing.
Like, no, but since we're talking about old people,
I'm like the youngest person here. I don't know.
Jerry's actually 16 years old.
wow. There's somebody. If you're talking gospel, you should definitely want to see what they are because they're definitely legends. Like she did this scat, like she went like it was
Skibbity-bop-bop.
yeah, like and she killed it like
Ooh.
Scat man.
a straight minute of
Yeah,
scatting,
man.
and we was like, so you just gonna do that right now? So you just like they killed, like they did really good. So
That's
you
what's
know,
up.
Fred Hammond
Yeah.
and all them were there. So yeah,
Scats and doo-wops.
Yeah. Jerry thinks that Backstreet Boys are old.
No,
they are, but
They're
They're not
not.
like old though.
they're not super old. They're in
Yeah.
their 40s though.
The only reason I know of Scat is Scatman from the 90s.
Right.
But man, I never knew he had a stuttering problem.
Yeah.
Like I never knew that. So I saw a documentary on him not too long ago.
And it blew your
And,
mind.
bro,
But Kirk Franklin has a stuttering
I
problem.
mean, it was bad. It was bad.
Kirk Franklin has a stuttering problem.
Really?
Like when you're talking to him and he's off stage,
Sure.
depending upon when you're talking to him, he has a stuttering problem.
Oh man.
But when he's on stage, you would think
There's no-
he
yeah.
was the best talker in the world.
yeah.
I
That's
got a
crazy,
story
ain't
about
it?
Kirk Franklin. I saw him.
Mhm.
I don't know if I should say this story.
Are you gonna get us kicked off the air? will the managing partner of LastRemnantRadio.com kick us off the air?
Just say that Moses had a stuttering
So-
problem.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Moses had a stuttering problem.
So there's
But
always a
he's
solution.
he's one of the nicest guys in the world, though.
Yeah, I saw him. I took our praise team. Well, not a praise team, our band from the Limitless. We went to go see Victor Wooten
Okay.
at the Granada Theater.
Okay.
That's another.
And Kirk
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah, and Kirk was there.
Okay.
And I didn't know, but my drummer Kerry, he goes, we were standing in front of the Granada Theater. Concert's over, and he points across the street, and I guess Kirk Franklin has like a Mercedes SUV or something like that, and he was like, "Hey man, that's Kirk Franklin's car right there." And I was like, "How do you know?"
Right.
Like, it's just a Mercedes. No, man, I swear, that's Kirk Franklin's car.
Come to find out it was.
And as soon as he says that, Kirk Franklin comes around the corner, and we go, "Oh, hey, man, hey, what's going on?"
And he spoke though. He was real nice, wasn't he?
and he was like, "How you doing, young brother? How y'all doing?" And I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you." And I shook his hand, and then he pushed me real hard in my chest.
Really?
Sounds like him.
And I was like, "Watch out, man! You ain't even gotta do that."
That's because he wanted you to stomp.
And then, and that's why he stomped on my shoe. And he was like, "Y'all don't ever stand around my car, young bloods."
Story just got weird real quick.
And I was just like, "Man, I've been listening to you since '94, man." And then he spit on the ground and walked away. But yeah, I think that's our 6 minutes. I think that's our hour show for Monday night, Jesus and Bros. Thank you once again, everybody who watched live. Everybody who listened on Last Remnant Radio. Thank you guys. We'll be back next Monday at 8 p.m. Going live, living life, and doing that thing. Love you guys. God bless you. One more shout, and we're out of here. Yeah.
Later.